Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're installing a dash cam. You can also see it's a rear view mirror with a built-in dash cam on the back. So we've got a front dash cam and a rear camera that plugs into this bad boy. Pretty excited to get this done. I mean, with the rooftop tent on the back of my truck, I can't really see out of my rear view mirror. And so this is going to be a nice addition to have a digital rear view mirror once again. So let's go ahead, let's install this bad boy. I'll kind of show you the installation. We'll talk about some of the features. Let's go ahead, let's jump into it. Let's check this out. So in the box, we have the rear view mirror. It is digital. This is a screen, and there's our camera on the back. We've got the sticker there. This is the S12 Pro from Pelsee. They reached out, and of course, me not being able to see out my rear view mirror anymore, I thought this would be a great option, especially where it comes with a rear view camera. So it comes with the front camera, the rear camera, and then we've got all the wiring and hardware and whatnot to get this thing installed. So on the mirror itself, you can see we have our plugins, our power, our AV, micro SD card, and our GPS. So that's how we're going to be plugging in this thing. And then on the back, you can see what looks like clips. That's the way we're going to mount it onto our OEM rear view mirror that's already in the truck. So you can see it comes with a micro SD card. You can upgrade these. I think it holds up to 512 gigs. So the 64 gig that it comes with, I think we're going to upgrade it. And then these are rubber, and these will stretch around our already existing OEM mirror. So that's what we're going to use to mount. We're going to try it out. We're going to test it out. I'm not sure if it's going to stay in the truck for forever, but if this works out and it's a solution that I'm happy with, I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be a great addition to the truck. So let's go ahead. Let's get in the truck. Let's plug everything in. This is extra. This is our dash cam hardware kit. In here, we can hardwire it into our truck. So normally most dash cams, they have a 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter. We could use this as a simple solution, but I think if this is going to be a long-term accessory to the truck, we should hardwire it into the truck. That way, not only does it record when you're driving during the day, but you can also set it up so it records at night when you're not driving, not using your truck. When you're in park, this thing can be on sentry mode. It can be recording even though you're not driving when it's parked. That way, if it catches an accident, somebody bumps into your truck, or something's going on outside your truck, you've got footage. So pretty cool. One of the cool features. Let's get started. Before we go mounting anything, I like to plug everything in and make sure it works. Inside your hardwire kit comes with these different sketchy looking fuse wires. This can look like a lot and be kind of daunting, but all it really is just a bunch of extra wires. So like this one, you can see fits this type of fuse. They're just a bunch of different wires in case your car or truck has different fuse inlets. So what I mean by that is on our hardwire kit right here, that end goes into our mirror, and then these ends go to our power. Checking out the tabs right here, you can see one says B+, that's our constant, and then the red is our accessory, and then our black is our ground. Constant is just a slot that's going to have power to it all the time. In other words, it's always hot. So we're going to find a fuse slot that is always hot. Things like the key fob detector, when you push their button on the key fob, that thing is always hot. It's always looking for the signal from your key fob. And then the accessory fuse is exactly the opposite. It's a fuse slot that only has power when the truck is turned on, when you're driving, or the key is turned on, the on or accessory position. So things like your windows, when you turn your truck off, your window buttons don't work, right? They don't always have power going to them. So hopefully that was a simple explanation for you. To keep this thing in sentry mode, that's what we're going to find. We're going to find a fuse slot that is always hot, find the right fuse wire, connect them, throw it into the fuse slot. It's going to be up and around here. It's pretty cool that I don't need a tester. This thing's going to test it for us. So if we're in a hot fuse slot, that B+ light is going to turn on, and this one will be off. So our accessory light will only turn on if the key in the on or accessory position. So as we dive into it, I'll be sure to give a little more explanation and of course show you guys. So let's get down there. Let's find our right fuse slots. Like I said, this is testing. You can see both lights are on. We got our hot and then our accessory. Right now I have the key. Turn to the accessory on position. So this is wired up correctly. I want to show you too. I have it grounded just to this bolt right here, to this bracket on the side of your truck. So as long as you got bare metal touching your prongs on this, you'll have the proper connection. So that's how I have everything mounted up. I used windshield washer, that's my SWSH accessory. I actually ended up using this one, and then the power outlet for the hot for our always on. So this is hooked up, ready to go. Let's go ahead, let's plug in our dash cam and make sure that actually works. That is so cool. All right, so our wiring works. We'll mess with these functions a little later, kind of show off some of the cool stuff. You can see once we get a card in here, it's going to start recording. It's touchscreen. Dude, that's actually really cool. This has a really powerful sensor, the Starvis 2, kind of like Jarvis, right? But it's a Sony sensor. It's actually one of the more high-powered advanced sensors that they have right now. So pretty lucky to be testing this thing out, trying it, and having it work for us. So I think I'm at the point where we can get the rear view camera plugged into it and then figure out where I'm going to mount it and figure out how the wires are all going to work. So let's go ahead. I'll show you how that's going to work for me. Let's do it. I'm pretty stoked. It's actually really cool that it's all working. Okay, so we just kind of have that placed on my roof rack there. I'm lucky enough to have a roof rack on my truck. You can see I just have it loosely hanging on there. I don't have it screwed in or glued on or mounted or anything. Pointing out to the back of my truck. Then we've got the wires just hanging out here, plugged into our rear view. Check that out. That is so cool. There's the highway behind there. You can see, like, we might have to adjust it down so I can see cars maybe over here on the sides of my truck. But for the most part, I mean, backing up, that's going to be a super cool view. I already have the backup camera on my truck, but this added angle, being able to see out to my right or my left a little bit more, backing up, just having that added screen would be really cool. I actually really like that. It's exactly what I was kind of looking for. So I think we're good to go, guys. We have it mounted up to power. We have this tested in a spot where I think I can mount it. I can still maneuver it a little bit. As you saw on the right side of the screen, so you have your functions, but once the functions clear away, the GPS is in this right corner. There you go. Obviously the time and date are way off. We're gonna get our GPS plugged in. It has some 3M tape on the back. That's just gonna stick either up here on the glass out of the way so we don't see it, or wherever you'd like, but that just plugs in right there. Pretty cool. What I'd like to do right now is get all the wiring figured out, mount it to my factory rear view mirror up there, and show you guys the features. So this first part of the video was really just showing you guys how to get this plugged in and then mounted. Second part of this video is going to be the functions. Very cool. I'm actually very excited to go through these things. There's a lot of cool features. It's not just a backup camera, okay? This thing records with Sentry mode. This thing has a lot of cool calibrationable features that we can plug into this thing. So I'm going to set you guys down. We're going to get all this wiring figured out, finish mounting that backup camera, that rear view camera, and then we'll kind of talk about the features. If you guys want to check out the S12 Pro for yourselves, be sure to use the link down in the description. Thank you, Pelsee, for letting me test this thing out, sending it to me. And thank you guys for all your support. You mean the world to me. This is so awesome. I get these opportunities, not just out of the blue. It's because of you watching and subscribing and supporting the channel and allowing me to do this that I'm here, showing you guys how to get it done. It's so awesome. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. Here's how I'm doing the wiring, maybe give you guys some ideas. So here we've got it plugged in. We're going up through the headliner, down through the pillar right here, and I've just got it zip tied right there. It's pretty dark, so you can't really tell, but zip tie with our wire. And then we're gonna take the rest of our wiring, let gravity do the work for us. I've unplugged our wires, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed them through and finagle through this hole in the dash, down through there and into our fuse compartment right there, so that it's all nice and clean, put away, and there's not wires just hanging around getting ready to be caught on something, and it's just a real big pain in the butt. So taking the time and being persistent to do this is totally worth it, in my opinion. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of how to do yours as well, and gives you guys who are just watching this for fun an idea of how I'm getting this done. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. All right, you guys, let's check this out. So we haven't finished mounting the back camera, but the wiring is going along my roof rack in there. It goes all the way along past the light bar, down and along with my light bar wire. You can see this hide a wire stuff. So freaking sweet. Leave it linked down below as well. And into the firewall, into the truck. So that's our wiring situation for this thing. I figured that was the best way to do it. Rather than trying to finagle my headliner and everything, this was just like the easiest way. I'll get more high to wire stuff for my roof rack so that wire isn't exposed. I think we've nailed it. And if we have this thing going, oh man, that glare is so bad. But there is our backup rear view mirror. Look at that, rear view. I haven't got the backup plugged in yet. We're gonna have to splice this in somehow. So this is the reverse like backup camera wire that is meant to get spliced into your reverse light or your reverse trigger wire. And I'm trying to finagle that here. I'm not 100% sure how to get that wired in yet. Some people on Tacoma World have mentioned radio wire. So when you put it in reverse, you know how your radio display comes on and shows the backup camera. That might be what we have to do, go tearing through the radio. But I don't have that time today, but it is pretty cool that we can still do that a little later. Let's go ahead, now that we've got it wired up, I can hide this wire later. Let's show off some of these cool features. So here's our normal dash cam, right? I still have to finagle this a little bit. See, we have it mounted on our OEM rear view mirror with the bungee mounts here that come with it, and it is touchscreen. You can tap it on and off to show your diff controls, like right here. Smart driving file explorer, this shows you all your files, all the recorded files and whatnot. Then you've got your camera setting. You could change all the fun camera settings if you want to pause the video here. Check out some of those cool recording settings like time lapse, park monitor. We're just gonna have to go and set all this stuff up. So this is the sensitivity. We want that probably on low during Sentry mode. Pretty sweet there. System setting, like touch sound, I might want to turn that off so it's not beeping at me all the time as I'm touching it. Volume setting, your language, voice control, which is pretty cool. You can turn this on and it has different voice control settings, GPS, all this fun jazz. So cool. We're gonna have to dive deeper into this maybe in a later video. See, we need to change the time and everything there. We need to put our SD card in, but we can even change the brightness on this. Way cool. If you don't want this in the rear view camera showing off back there, you can actually turn this off and use it as a regular rear view mirror. You don't always have to have play on. So something also that's really cool that some people might like, just some really cool features. You can take a picture, start your recording, lock the recording. So this has a timeout. I believe factory it's 3 minutes. It times out after a minute or 3 minutes, and it just loops the video, saving space on the storage card. So if you wanted to save more video or just make a log of some extra long video, you have that lock button. So pretty cool. So what's really cool before we wrap up the video, the smart driving, you can see it has different detections. There's our blind side detection. We can calibrate that with the rear view camera that I don't have plugged in right now. And then your lane change detection, it can detect before you go changing in different lanes, detect different cars. Each of these can be calibrated for your smart driving, and it really just looks after you. Kind of like those smart cars these days, like Teslas, where it can detect other cars and whatnot with the cameras everywhere. But using that rear camera, I can calibrate it, and I think that blind spot one's gonna be pretty sweet, especially with the tent back there. It's kind of hard to see sometimes, but even though I can still see my blind spots and whatnot, I think that's going to be pretty sweet, having that rear camera back there to detect if anyone's back there while I'm driving. So very, very cool. If you guys want to see a more in-depth calibration of this thing, all the features and whatnot, if you want to, we want to cover everything and go in depth of it, leave it down in the comments. Be sure to let me know. This video was more of just how I installed this thing and some of the pretty cool features and how I'm going to be using it. So be sure to check out that hide wire stuff. If you want to hide wires, that's one of the best ways to do it. And then check out the Pelsee S12 Pro dash cam and rear view mirror, link down below. Thank you guys so much for showing all your support. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.